Is marketing's job to build brand, or is it to create pipeline? The answer is both, but maybe not for the reasons you might think. Good morning, everybody. Today, Ruby and myself are discussing the implications of what marketing is supposed to do, and many marketers think that they need to build brand. Brand marketing is a key component of anything. That's the awareness phase of any buying journey. If you don't know me, you can't buy from me. So I need to build a brand that is interesting and attractive and beautiful and helpful, and all of that matters. It's not what your sales team needs. Your sales team needs pipeline tomorrow. And the gap between the two of those things, building brand and actually creating pipeline, is the tension that starts to build within sales and marketing teams. And so, yes, marketers, 1,000,000% you need to create brand, but for what purpose? Are we creating brand for the sake of creating brand? And we want to be the Nike, the Patagonia, the whatever of the world that makes it interesting for our customers? Sure, nothing wrong with that. That is a long and winding road, and depending where your business is in the life cycle of its existence, that could be an easy job, that could be a really hard job. So in the short run, your sales teams love all of that because an attractive brand brings buyers. But in the short run, that really is hard for them because now they're trying to push that gigantic rock of building pipeline up the hill kind of by themselves. So while you're over there building brand, they're over here trying to get business, and those two trains sometimes don't meet. So what's marketing's job? It is also to build pipeline. So on that journey to making something that is interesting and beautiful and all that, which is 100% your job, you also have to think about how your sales teams are actually going out to get business. And so this is where the brand strategy model becomes really important. If you don't have a strong brand strategy for why are we here, why does somebody care about us, what are they going to take away from a conversation with our sales team, those are the things that get lost in translation. So brand for the sake of brand, it's not really that helpful. Brand for the sake of brand tied to how are we going to create more value for the business, now you're talking. So lots of examples out there, lots of business school case studies, lots of, ideas in the ethos of the world. But if you break it down to its most basic, and I go back to a thing that I've said over and over and over again, it's also said by a lot of really smart people on the internet, which is you have to create demand for the business. So it is not just about brand, and it's not just about pipeline, it's the creation of that demand so that somebody sees you as better. Somebody wants to be drawn into your world because they now have a different understanding of what you do. You are making it easier for them to buy simply because you now have a message, brand, and a machine, sales, to make that easier for somebody to do that thing, which is ultimately what you've created because you told them this is the best thing about what you can do when you buy our thing, or just in general for your market. Here's a problem you should solve, and here's how we solve it, but here's how it should be solved irrespective of who you talk to. These are the things that I want to see a lot more companies spending time on. So creative types, brand marketers, it's a challenging role, but it's a doable thing. It just takes a really long time. For performance marketers, it's really helping that sales team get what they need out of the market space, and it's helping your customer, surprise, get where they need to be. And when you do that, that's where these two things come together very seamlessly. And so if you're doing a bunch of brand marketing, but you're not really helping sales, not good enough. If you are doing a bunch of performance marketing, Google advertising, blah, then you're not really building brand, not helpful. So between the two of those things, you need to figure out what that balance cast look like. You need to figure out what your business needs in the short term, medium term, and long term, and you need to carry that through. All right, Ruby says, brand marketers worry about pipeline. It helps. Performance marketers try to figure out how to help that brand. Those two things will create demand in your markets, and you will have a much cleaner path to success. All right, enough for today. Walking and Talking with Ruby.